The desert wasn't supposed to have voices. But on his third day without water, Marcus heard one, deep, cold, and furious. Half buried in the dunes lay something impossible. A blue-skinned woman, 20 feet tall, her armor cracked, her chains shimmering under the dying sun. "Don't come closer," she hissed. "Your scent means death." He thought it was a hallucination, until she blinked. And in that single blink, the world of science, myth, and survival blurred into one. He had joked once that the universe might fall in love with him. He didn't know it might kill him for it. Before we dive deeper into Marcus's unreal discovery and the truth behind the chained giantess, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It really helps this channel grow and lets me bring you more wild HFY stories where humanity defies the impossible. Now grab your water, because this story starts where hope dies and legends wake up. The desert stretched forever, an ocean of gold swallowing everything human. Marcus Chen stumbled forward, each step sinking into hot sand that burned even through his boots. 3 days since his rover died. 2 since he'd last felt hope. His distress beacon still blinked somewhere behind him, half buried by a wind that didn't care. The sun had begun to fall when he saw it, something glinting in the dunes. At first he thought it was metal, maybe wreckage from an old expedition. But then the shape shifted with the wind. Smooth, curved, alive. He blinked hard, rubbed the sweat from his eyes, and froze. It wasn't metal. It was skin. Blue skin. A wom, or something like one, half buried in the sand, her armor fractured like glass under sunlight. She was enormous, easily 20 feet tall, her chest faintly rising with breath. For a moment, he just stared, caught between awe and terror. Then her eyes opened, amber, burning. "Don't come closer," she hissed, her voice shaking the dunes. "Your scent means death." Marcus stumbled back, heart pounding. Maybe it was dehydration, maybe madness. But when the wind carried her words again, he knew. This was no mirage. Something alive was buried beneath the world's oldest grave. Marcus raised both hands slowly, voice cracking from thirst. "I'm not here to hurt you," he said. "I just need help." The giantess's amber eyes narrowed, glowing brighter as if reading his soul. Her lips curled, not in anger, but in warning. "Your scent," she growled softly, "marks you as one of them. If you come closer, these chains will kill me." He looked down at himself, dusty clothes, sunburned skin, nothing strange. "Them? I'm an archaeologist, not whatever you think I am." The woman tilted her head, studying him like an ancient queen judging a trespasser. "Archaeologist," she repeated, tasting the word. "A digger of graves." Her gaze flicked to the metal bindings that snaked around her arms and chest. They shimmered faintly, coated in a strange oily residue. "You wear the poison they used," she whispered. "The same that binds me." Marcus blinked, confused. "Poison?" "The cream on your skin, the one that shields you from the sun. That compound burns my kind. Even its scent can tighten the chains." He froze. Sunscreen. The most ordinary hum invention, and somehow the weapon of her torment. The desert wind howled between them, carrying a truth both absurd and terrifying. Science, it seemed, had become her cage. Marcus crouched in the sand, still trying to understand what he was seeing. "Who did this to you?" he asked quietly. The giantess, Zathra as she would soon name herself, lifted her gaze to the stars just beginning to pierce the twilight. "Humans," she said. "Raiders who came seeking power they could not comprehend. They learned our weakness and they used it to chain us beneath the desert." Her voice trembled, not from fear, but from memory. "We were guardians once, keepers of the deep places where the earth still breathes. When your kind rose, we watched, we hoped, but greed spreads faster than sandstorms." Marcus's stomach knotted. He'd come here to uncover lost civilizations, not unearth living proof of humanity's cruelty. Stra's chains rattled softly as she moved, metal grinding against her skin. "They buried me alive," she whispered. "Said I would watch the world burn while the stars forgot my name." He hesitated, the moral weight pressing on him. 300 years, she said finally. "That is how long I have watched." The desert fell silent. Even the wind seemed to listen, and for the first time, Marcus realized, he wasn't standing in front of a myth. He was standing before history's regret. Marcus stared at the chains glinting under moonlight. Each link pulsed faintly, reacting to the faint scent of his skin. One wrong move, and they could crush her completely. "You can't help me," Zithra said softly. "Even your kindness carries death." He smiled faintly, tired and sunburned. "That's never stopped my species before." Before she could protest, he tore off his shirt, poured half his remaining water over his arms, and scrubbed hard until his skin stung. "If sunscreen binds you, then I'll wash it off." "You waste your life," she growled, her voice trembling. "Why?" Marcus looked up at her. "Because someone should have freed you centuries ago." He began to dig, bare hands clawing through burning sand. The more he dug, the more the desert bit back. Blisters split open, blood darkened the sand. Still, he didn't stop. Hours passed. The sun fell, stars bloomed. Finally, Zethra's legs shifted. The ground trembled. With a roar that echoed across the dunes, she pushed upward, chains screaming, metal snapping. When she stood, her full height dwarfed the night itself. Marcus fell to his knees, exhausted. "You freed me," Zithra whispered, voice shaking. "Now I must decide what to do with you." The night wind howled around them as Zithra stood free for the first time in 3 centuries. Her amber eyes glowed like twin suns reborn. Chains hung shattered at her feet, each link a story of cruelty undone. Marcus swayed, dizzy, lips cracked from thirst. "You're free," he whispered. Thra crouched beside him, her massive form blocking the cold wind. "And you are dying." "Probably," he said with a weak laugh. "But worth it." Her huge hand hovered over him, trembling with something strange. Fear, maybe gratitude. "You freed the one your ancestors buried. Why?" He looked up at her. "Because monsters don't ask for help. People do." For a long moment, neither spoke. Then Zithra smiled, faint and sad. "Then we save each other, human." She lifted him gently as if holding a fragile bird and began to walk, each step carrying her across the endless dunes. "The sanctuary of my kind lies beyond the horizon," she said softly. "There you will live, and I will remember that not all humans forget mercy." The desert swallowed their footprints, leaving only silence, and the whisper of a legend waking after 300 years.